Welcome back, everyone. I hope you're fine and well. Yes, it's another session of our top three setup, general market overview, and trading signal calls. So, without further ado, guys, let's jump straight into it. So, first off, let's start with our YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's gonna go a long way for me, and just for me, literally. I want you to help subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you have any friend that you think will be interested in joining us, okay, to learn how to trade or probably wants to make extra income and probably doesn't know how to go about that, you can recommend the YouTube channel. Definitely we get one or two that will help him or her. So that said, let's jump straight to this is the video for yesterday. You can see 16th of December 2024. So this is the video for yesterday. So don't forget to watch it. It's gonna take because every video is precedent to the previous one. So you want to always catch up and you always learn one or two things every day from the YouTube channel itself. All right. So that said, let's jump straight into the session properly. We're going to start with the fundamentals, which we have quite a lot of it today. I'm going to remove the low impact. I'm just going to focus on the high impact. All right, which is we have the pound jobless claim and the 3 month stroke yearly average earnings in the United Kingdom, and you can see how they all came. You can see we now have higher number of people that claim they don't have a job, like go increase around. We have a lower number of people that claim they don't have a job. You can see the market was forecasting 28,000 over 20,000 people, 20,200 literally. And we got less than that. We got like 3,000 people. Is it 3,000 or 300 people? Literally, we have 300 people that claim they don't have a job in the United Kingdom right now. From 28,200 to 300 people. That is good. That is very good. All right. So average earnings also went up. You can see from 4.6% to 5.2%. That was like plus 8%, plus 0.8%. That's real good. Okay, that is real good. I don't know, plus 0.6%, excuse me. I'm good. I'm going way over my head here. So plus 0.6%. That's good. That's good. That's also good. All right. Compared to the United States, which they still have a quite lower average hourly earnings and stuff like that. So I think it's a good thing. The average hourly earnings in the United States is still quite below 4.5. Right. The last time we saw it, I think it was an increment of 0.1% in doing NFP. So that's just that. But overall, this is good data for the United Kingdom. These are good job data. All right. I think we're gonna get more bullish move in the United Kingdom in the near term. So keep a close tab on that one. Today by 10 o'clock AM, we have German info business climate. We're gonna see how that goes. Okay. And by 10 a.m., we have the German ZEW economic sentiment. We're going to see how that goes as well. Those two are not the highlight of the day, in my own personal opinion. Up until 2:30 p.m. today, when we have the Canadian dollar CPI, the median CPI, the trim CPI, and the common CPI. So these data are always the one that sets on for how Canadian dollar is going to go for the rest of the month. And if we have anything lower than expected here, we're going to see CAD actually fall further. And if you have anything higher than expected, for the CPI month on month, we're expecting 0.1% to come below forecast by 0.3%. All right, you can see previous was 0.4%. Now the market is forecasting 0.1%, which is like a decrement of 0.3%. So if you get something like that, or maybe you get a negative 0.1%, that would be bad for Canadian dollar. The median CPI, on the other hand, we are expecting a drop of 0.1% as well on that one. So anything below 2.4%, that would also be bad for Canadian dollar. If it comes higher than expected, I think it's going to be good. But I'm guessing I'm a little bit in the middle right here. I don't really know how I feel about this. And now I'm going to forecast it because we have the 25% tariff from the United States based on what Donald Trump promised Canadian and the Canada president or prime minister. Is it prime minister or president? I can't really know. I can't really remember honestly. So he promised the guy Trudeau or something. I think that was his name. So he said there's going to be 25% tariff on every product shipped or imported into the United States from Canada, including, and not just them, including Mexico as well. So that is going to be very interesting. So we might get a little bit of, that's another reason why I don't really know what to do about that, because definitely if you're going to be importing, if every import you're going to, if you're paying like no tariff before and now you are being asked to pay 25% tariff on everything you imported into another country, which is your top consumer, all right, or maybe your top client. Definitely, you're gonna probably start cutting down some of your workforce just to be able to do what, or maybe you'll be tasking them to do more, so you can, you can they can make as you can make as much profit as you want to pay them, or maybe your products will just be quite expensive, more expensive than normal. I mean, one way or the other, the tariff has to come from somewhere, right? It can't come from your pocket unless you are a good businessman or woman, which is not smart anyways. But you are good at heart, but it's not smart for business. That's what I'm saying. But overall, we're going to see how this data goes today. Okay, we're going to see how it goes today. So let's pay close attention to this. These are inflationary data. We might get more expensive. Things might actually go higher right here because of what I just explained. I've only focused on the lower side. What if it actually comes higher? Because definitely you want to make the money back somewhere. And the only way you can make money back is to charge more on the product. If you're selling a 20,000 Canadian dollar before, you might want to increase like maybe 22,000 card. It's just the business. There's no other way. Someone has to pay, and most time it's the consumer that pays, right? So that's how the economy works. It's always the consumer's fault. It's always them that pay the money, all right, or that pay the extra charges every time, everywhere. That's how it works everywhere in the world. But let's see how this goes. Okay, the tariff hasn't really been effective yet because Trump is not yet in the office. But I mean, some of these producer, some of these manufacturer would have actually factored into their price already, and they will probably start taking action immediately. But fingers crossed. Let's see how it goes. All right, I'm very sure you can't wait for this to happen because I need that. So moving on, let's talk. Let's jump straight into the technical part of today's session. Let me drag this away. All right, as you can see, I'm in two trades today. All right, I'm in USD JPY, which seems to be dropping slowly. I'm also in Bitcoin. I share all of this trade with you yesterday. And then USD CHF was a very good trade, but I wasn't there because it didn't come to my area of interest at all. It didn't come down here. You actually touched it, all right, but I kind of like missed it. It was quite a painful trade, to be candid with you guys. All right, to be candid with you, I was expecting a much deeper pullback, probably even something that comes below here, but that wasn't the case. So fingers crossed on this one. Maybe I can see join. All right, it will give a couple of opportunities. Is anyone in USDCHF right now? I think I sent a message on the group this morning or yesterday night. That is anyone in USDCHF? It's only one person that responds to me, and I actually promised myself uh not to actually say anything on that group again, moving forward because it's not encouraging. You understand what I'm saying? But like I said, come January, it's gonna be exclusive, all right? We're gonna, we have to remove all these free things. Because when it's free, it doesn't really make that much sense. I mean, based on the reception I've even seen from you guys, when something is super free, you people tends to take it for granted, and that's exactly what I'm saying from you. So next year, it's paid, and I mean, there's no way you pay for something and they will ask question about it, and you're not gonna say something about it. Definitely, you're gonna say one or two. But the YouTube channel, you can always go and watch the video later when I drop it. All right. So moving on, very well, Christian, you should be in a very good profit right now. I'm glad that you took the trade. I think the trade should be running like a couple of profit right now. Something should be around 3 pips, $3 literally. That's 38 pips. So that should be like $3 profit, or shouldn't be less than $2 anyways. If you're using 0.01, which is quite good considering our account size. All right. So moving on, let's start with DXY as per usual. Okay. So you can see yesterday I had two plans on DXY also. I said Number one, it could come back here. Let me use the black drawing. So the plan was to see if we can have DXY break above here, pull back, start going to the upside. That play out for like a minute before the news came out. And when the news came out, the market dropped down to this area, which is the second part, and the plan is for us to see it go up. So I think that's what's happening right now. But for how long it's gonna go, I'm not sure. I don't know, but I would like to follow it. But overall, from the 4 hour time frame, right, all the way to the daily time frame, right, up to 2 hours, back to our 1 hour time frame, the bullish momentum in DXY is still very much there. It's screaming at us very calmly. So we just have to follow it as it presents itself. No other way, no other uh no other way around this. Just follow the trend, leave the market, leave the trade to run, and just cross your hands and allow it to run. Easy peasy. Right? That is my lingo or lingo, whatever it's called. And that's how I think. That's how I trade, and that has worked for me in a very, very, very in a very good way. All right, so just leave it to run. So that is that on DXY. I'm still very bullish. I don't have any sell opportunity. I don't have any short plan. Nothing right now than just to take a buy trade, and that is that on DXY. So let's quickly take a look at let's take a look at what's this called, BTC. I'm trying to take a screenshot before I come to BTC. That's why you have that blackout on the screen. So this is Bitcoin right here. This is the trade I opened. All right, you can say USDJPY was taken at a much shorter price right here. Okay, but you can see the trade is even in a positive swap based on this account. I have a plus $4 positive swap. And if you want to know why I get that or what happens to swap, you can check it out later. But these are the two trades I'm currently open. All right, I have BTC right here. Okay, you can see this is the current price. I have my stop loss set at something around, where's my stop loss again? 105.47 right here. This is my trailing stop. This is my stop losses right now. So I can't literally lose any. I can't lose money on this trade again. It's locked. Fine. On UJ, I've seen $100 so far. I've actually seen $100 on this account, and now it's going down, it's going back up. Is the show? There's nothing I can do. I've opened the trade. I have to allow it to run, and that's that. But overall, I'm in this profit right now. So the more this trade actually keep running, the more swap I hold. Whether it's in profit or loss, the more swap and the more fun it becomes. Because if this trade run for 3 years, the swap will compound it. We keep compounding. The swap will keep compounding. So that is just the another interesting part of this broker that I'm using, and that's this prop firm that I'm using, and that is very, very interesting about them. So that is that on this account. That is that on this trade. Let me put it right here. Let me put it somewhere below here, anyways, and let me give it a lock. Okay. So Bitcoin right now, is there any other opportunity to buy? I think yeah. I'm also waiting for another chance because on the smaller account that I took a buy, I closed the trade right here. I think that was around $28 profit on it. I used 0.01 on that one. So I closed the trade at the top. So I'm expecting this happened during the midnight. So I wasn't there. I couldn't pick the trade. I'm anticipating if I can get a break to the downside, I will probably go for another buy right at the bottom here. All right. But I always investigate. I don't just jump into the trade. I will investigate. I will watch it very closely and I will take the trade. So if that happens, I will still share it on the group. It's not for everybody. It's not for account below $200, $300. Okay. If you have any account below $300, don't even try it. Don't touch Bitcoin. Okay. The stop loss is around $20, $25. Simple as that. So if you are taking a profit here, you should take nothing less than times two minimum. All right. So that's that on Bitcoin. Now heading back to USDJPY, you can see USDJPY is acting very funny right now. And if you go all the way from the daily time frame, you can see that we're still quite bullish. All right, we're still quite bullish. This is an original bullish momentum trend line that had run higher high, higher low, higher high. Then we had a bit of a range right here before it made this massive low, higher low that came to retest this particular structure before it now starts finding its way to the top. So the way to the top for USDJPY is still very, very um it's still very far. And I mean, yeah, literally it's very far. It can still go all the way to the all-time high at 161.82. Okay. But it does that mean this trade is the one I will use to run all this show? I'm not sure because definitely there will be some hiccups on the way. This is the daily time frame. It doesn't look like this all the time. There's going to be some hiccups on the way. I might take partial close, take some small profit and stuff like that. But overall, what I will promise you is that if the market continues in this direction, they are on the daily time frame, I will continue to buy. But when it comes to 156.77, I might take a break until I see a clear break above that region. Then I'll go into another show on buying. But definitely, I'm expecting pullbacks. I'm expecting everything on this space. So I'm not worried. I'm not disturbed. I'm simply just going to sit and watch how all this goes and how it plays out. Okay, that is my plan on the pair overall. So heading back to the 4 hour time frame, you can see the bullish momentum is still there, still very much active. Everything looks very clean and cool. Nothing has changed. Nothing has been disturbed. Nothing has been destroyed. The structure all still holds up. And since the structure is still holding up, there's no point in me meddling in this trade at all. I just want to leave it the way it is and see how it plays out overall. I have my stop loss intact at the bottom here. I have nothing to lose. Okay, I've already made peace with my stop loss, so I literally have nothing to lose or to worry about. That is how I trade, and you know that because we've been together for a very long time right now. So I think it's 9 o'clock right now, right? Yeah. So another 1 hour candle just formed right here. So if it's gonna close bearish or bullish, I don't know. I'm not sure, but I would like to see how that goes. And I'm still holding my heart. I'm still holding my trade. Everything looks good. The bullish momentum starts from the daily all the way to the 4 hours to the what to the 1 hour. If you go back to the monthly time frame, also you see that it's been very bullish since forever. So why not just buy? Okay. So moving on to USDCHF. Excuse me. Before we jump to GU, let's talk about USDCHF. USDCHF is a fine one. I should have taken this trade to be honest with you, but no regret whatsoever because when USDJPY wants to give me money as well, it makes some very delicate move to the upside. We start pumping real hard, which I will take. I mean, which I'm already in, and I will take that profit. And also, for some of you that took this USDCHF, congratulations to you that you are making some profit. If it pulls back, fine, take it and you move on. Right? If it pulls back to this zone, you might join. For some of you that are still kind of like in the on the sideline trying to see, is this another loss or da da da? Da? I don't even. That shouldn't bother anybody. But if it's bothering you, I would just suggest that you should withdraw your money and get a chicken, get a pack of chickens and just eat chicken and drink some very good soft drinks or beer and just enjoy yourself. Just stop trading. Okay. Trading is not for second minded people. Trading is not for people that can't take losses. All right. You can't avoid loss in trading. It's impossible. I tried it. I tried so hard. It's impossible. It's gonna be back to back losses. You must be ready. You must be willing. All right. So when you have finally made it through all of that psychological pressure, that's why they said psychological takes on 125% of trading because of losses. That's it. If you can win over loss, the psychological pressure that losses comes or brings, then you're fine. Nothing can kill you again. All you need to do is just manage your risk and you're good forever. As trading. The more you're able to conquer the pressure that comes with loss, you're good. You can't fear anything. You can't fear. You are there's a saying that you should be scared of someone that doesn't have anything to lose, right? Yeah, those are the kind of person you want to be scared of. But the person that lives in Nigeria right now, but none of his family member is living in Nigeria. Those are the very delicate person, because if anything happens to them, there's nobody to hold responsible. If they steal anything and they run away, there's nobody to hold responsible. Okay, you can't threaten them, you can't blackmail them. They can't be put under pressure. That's the kind of mindset you should have as a trader. I'm not saying you should kidnap anybody. I'm just telling you that you should have a mindset that you have nothing to lose in the market. You already know how much you're risking. I'm only risking $30. That's all. That's already done. Just look at the next one. $30 is there. Leave it alone. Move on to the next one, or leave the trade to run. Simple. I kept on saying this every time, but it's like I'm just like speaking to the hair. It's very, very demanding. It's not encouraging at all. But it is what it is. So moving on to GU, I guess GU will end up. I had a plan yesterday, Ara, that if the market push up, pull back, and move up, like will I take the buy? I'm definitely not gonna take the buy. And definitely this is because of the news that just came out today. The job data that came, the average hourly earnings, and the average weekly earnings, and the which one? What's the other one? Excuse me, let me quickly go ahead. Let me take a peep. And the jobless claim that came very bullish for GU. That's why we have this very dicey and very interesting push to the upside. So there's a high possibility you can come to the top here and maybe come down. I don't know yet, but I would like to see how this goes. I think my notification is still there. Yeah, my notification is still there right here. So if it comes to the top there, we test it. I would like to see how it plays out overall. But right now, I'm watching very closely just to see how all this plays out. So moving away from GU right now, I'm still very much bearish on GU, just so you know. Okay, just so you know. That's why we have a very strong data, very strong job data for GU. I would still love to see this move to the downside anyway, but that's too much. So unless we have what? On where we have something like a break above here, a pullback, and then the market find its way above here, then anything above 1.2844, that's the only reason why I would like to take a buy on GU. Anything outside of that, I'm not interested. Okay. As a matter of fact, the moment it cross above here, I will start watching. I'm not trading anymore. I'm not trading GU anymore. I'll start watching until it come back below here or it breaks above here. Those are the only area I'm looking for entry. And because it's below here right now, that's why I'm looking for what? A possible short opportunity on GU. You get what I'm saying now? So that is the plan. Keep a close tab on it. Maybe we get into the trade sooner or later. I'm not sure. But we see. AUD USD, it dropped also very early this morning, but this is not a very interesting drop I was expecting or anticipating for. But let's see if we can if we can still print this thing for us, like we have planned right here. Is it possible for it to print it out, break to the downside properly, pull back nicely, and start coming down? If that happens, I will take the trade. If it doesn't, I will keep watching, I'll keep speculating, and I'll be patient with it. Right? It's always about patience. It's always about what you will do when the market prints what you're anticipating for, and always have something to expect. Expect something from the market, whether I print it out or it doesn't print it. Still expect it. All right. That way you won't be surprised. Okay. You should remove the element of surprise from the market. Then when you are now surprised, you'll be like, okay, I'm not trading. But right now, I know worst case scenario here is what the market will continue to go down without pulling back, which is fine. That will be the element of surprise here. If there's not going to be any element of surprise, it will come down, pull back, and I will take the trade to the downside. If it now went back up and closed me out, it's not an element of surprise because I will have a stop loss waiting for it at the top here. And when my stop loss is right at the top here, I'm not surprised if it closes me out. It's not going to surprise me because I'm already expecting it. The reason why we have a stop loss is that we are expecting a loss, right? If you're not expecting the trade to run into a loss, you won't have a stop loss at all, right? But the reason why you have a brake in your car is to avoid what? To avoid accident because you have to face the reality. It could happen. So, what if the only way to protect that or to avoid that is just having what? Having a brake. All right. So your stop loss is your brake. Even though nobody wants to have an accident, but at least you have to have it must be there. All right. So you just have to put this into perspective and you have to relate with it as that. But the problem is that we always expect too much. We want to make billions from the market. And that's why we always get disappointed and we always get below our expectation. You shouldn't have expectation in the first place in the market. All you want to do is just trade. Okay, just trade, enjoy it. If you just want to trade, believe me, you will enjoy it far better than so many people in the market. All right, so many people. Just don't expect anything. Just trade and enjoy it. In my own opinion, though. Moving on to NZD USD. So the only thing I have planned for on Aussie dollar is a sell opportunity right below here. If it play out this way, fine. If it doesn't, I will keep watching and I will see how this goes. So I have a notification below here now, just in case. I have an alert. Excuse me, just in case the market decides to break below here. I would love to see how that plays out. Moving on to NZD USD, NZD drop. I'm quite not interested in these guys because it's at the monthly low and I don't trust it. It might be a bad take, like me just chilling, not taking a trade. But seriously, I don't fancy this thing. I don't fancy all stuff like this. I want a simple, basic trade that I can follow intermittently. This is very weird. So it's at the bottom. I'm just gonna leave it at my watching. I'm not gonna keep it under my stopwatch. I mean, it's not gonna be among my top watch. It's just gonna be watching. Right? I don't have any plan. I just want to see how it goes. USD card, yeah, USD card is another one that didn't come back to our area of interest. Okay, it did not. That was very painful. Right, the market went up. I mean, it just small. Just come down here. Give some guys some chance to take you. I mean, just give some guys some chance to take you. The same thing happened right here, right? When the market jump up right here. I think Nancy was there. Insima should be here. Yeah, we were both waiting for that trade together, but that didn't happen. That's another reason why you just want to what? Just want to be patient in the market. You can't jump. You can't always jump the gun. It's not possible, right? It's not always very possible, and it's not advisable also. But it is what it is. Who said the market can still come down? No, before it start going back up. Very possible. Very possible. And I would love to see that happen anyways. So fingers crossed. Moving on to NZD USD. No, I think we are done with NZD. Now moving on to WTI. The WTI seems to be dropping down now. I told you, I mean, maybe not this class. The morning, very early this morning, when I was having a conversation with some friends, I am saying it's either the market comes and grabs some liquidity at this demand zone right here. All right, move back up, something like this. Come here, jump up. Probably it's gonna come to the bottom here and bounce up. All right. Those are my two plans on WTI, and those are the things I'm watching out for right now. So let's see how this goes. Okay. But this WTI is crude oil. It's a very, very volatile commodity. You might want to take it easy with it. All right. Don't rush into it. Don't force it at all. Okay. Let's focus on the only trade you want to force, the only asset that is formidable to force are the major pairs. Okay. They are cool, they are calm and collected. The worst case scenario is you will lose maybe $3, $4. But when it comes to WTI, gold, and the likes, oh, they are extremely volatile. You can lose much more than that. Okay. So be careful. Euro dollar, on the other hand, it's also kind of like ranging. Like you said yesterday, I'm not super interested in this pair for now. I want to see it break towards the downside. I wanted to break this support region right here, and I'll start looking for possible entry going moving forward. Well, aside that, I'm not interested. You can see I have some very funny drawings, very funny colors on this chart, and it's still very cool. All right, that's how it goes. So let's see how this goes, anyways. Okay, I'm still very patient with euro dollar, but right now I'm buying UJ. So all things being equal, everything still looks cool, right? Please, if you have any chart you want me to analyze, if you have any, so what now that you can has failed to get to that point? Pure. What next now? What next now is we look for something else on UCAD. We have more than UCAD to trade, right? You can take Bitcoin, you can go for euro dollar. You don't need to fixate on one particular instrument. You look for something else. You don't cry over a spill make, right? You don't cry over it. That's already spilled. The thing you can do with spill make without spilled is lean down and start using your mouth to gulp it from the floor, which is very gross and disgusting. You don't want to do that, right? So if you don't want to do that, you look for something else. You go back to your kitchen, you make a new milk, and you drink it. You look for something else in the market. I mean, I can relate forex trading to anything in the market, anything in the world, any normal thing in around the world. You just name it. Anything in the market, I can relate with the world, and that's how a trader should do. Okay, don't cry over a spill mate. Don't pursue a car that's already left. There's no point. You can't run like a car. You are not. Usain Bolt can't even run. All right. As a matter of fact, Usain Bolt can't run like tiger. I mean, human being we are the slowest among the animals. When we compare, the only animal that we are faster than is probably tortoise. Okay, maybe. So we're not that super fast like that, and we're not that super smart also. If you know what I'm trying to say, but we are just superior. This is the way the God made us. We're just extremely superior. All right, we are not that powerful. If tiger catch you, oh God, I've been very obsessed with Nigel White lately. All I watch is just Nigel White, honestly. Sometimes I'll be watching Nigel White, I'll forget that Arsenal has match. It's very funny, right? So I've seen these animals, see their head so big, so powerful, powerful beasts. And I was like, imagine. And God made us superior over all these animals. Very funny, very funny. But if they catch us, Jesus, you forget your name in a split seconds. I'm just kidding about that. I mean, I like to joke, I like to crack jokes around. But overall, when you miss a trade, it's gone. Don't run after it. Wait for pullback. Have a plan on it. If you pull back, fine, you take it. If it doesn't, leave it alone. All right, it's gone. It's gone. No point. So moving to silver, silver still hovering around there. No plan for me on this one. I made this analysis based on one of my students that said he wants to take a sell and I think it's still within the sell right now. Let me see if I can get the picture for you, so I can share the trade he had, the plan he had on silver, and that's why I had that right there. So silver overall, silver is still fine. It's not looking totally bad. Copy and paste it right here. So this is a trade on silver right here. All right, you can see silver. It was looking for a short trade on 15-minute time frame, and it was able to get into it. And definitely in a few minutes, okay, probably in like few minutes, it should be able to get a profit right now. All right, its TP was right here. It traded 15-minute time frame, but it still trades with me. It still trade my plan. So you should be very close to taking this profit right now. So that's just that. But for now, I'm definitely I don't trade on the 15-minute time frame, and I've shared this analysis of this particular individual with you a couple of times. You should even be familiar with it by now. So that's just that, by the way. Okay, there's no plan on silver for me. I'm still watching very closely because I trade on 1 hour time frame. The same thing goes for gold. I don't really have any plan on the guy for now. I'm watching. I'm staying patient, and well, I think there is a plan, but it's a very flimsy plan. Anyways, it's not a super kind of plan that I always wait for or I anticipate for. But I have a buy trade setup right here. I have a sell trade setup right here. If any of these guys play out this way, I will probably take it. All right, I'll probably take it, but I'll be patient as well. But I might consider the sell first because there is a pressure coming from the top here. There is a very massive pressure that drop here, pull back, drops down, pull back. Now it seems like it's dropping down again. So if it drop below here, pull back, I will definitely take another sell right here. But if you end up breaking above here, pulling back, it's gonna be a steady kind of move, but there's a possibility of it going up. So we have to pay close attention to both ends, right? Pay close attention to both ends, to both sides of the market. Which side it goes. So lastly, let me take another crack at BTC, and that will be all. BTC is going back up right now gradually. The trade was called yesterday, and it was taken yesterday as well. Shared it on the group. Some of you took it, some of you didn't. There's nothing I can do about that than just to work on, just to move on. So that is how it goes when it comes to trading. You have just a split second window to pick a trade. If you pick it, fine. If you can't pick it, fine. All right. But I would just be glad if you guys pick it more often than none. All right. So you can see the profit now. The profit is $206 and counting. All right. So I mean, this is just good. This is the stop loss I was talking about earlier. All right. I don't you know I don't have to take profit. I don't like putting take profit, but my stop loss is extremely important. Extremely important. You can see my stop loss on USD also extremely important. I don't negotiate with terrorists. I don't negotiate with my stop loss. It's always there, right? And we have my current balance, current price. That's just where the market was when I took the screenshot. I just took it like 2 minutes ago. All right, and this is my obvious result on UJ right now, and this is the obvious result on what's it called again? Bitcoin right now. So overall, if you had plus and sub plus and minus, I should be up like 100 and 107, 190 something dollars. All right. 190 something dollar, which is not totally bad at all. So that is just that. Okay. If you have any question or you have any pair you want me to check, put it in the chat box right now before I say my farewell. All right. And that will be that. I will see you all tomorrow. Okay. Have a fantastic day. Enjoy the rest of your day. And trade safe. Okay. Trade safe. Don't risk too much. Don't go ahead and start forcing trade. Have a good day. Bye.